So let's just take a couple breaths. Allow that breath to be a little bit deeper. I'm still wound up. I've had coffee today. We've had a busy morning, a lot of chit chat, a lot of talking, lot of laughing. So let's bring it on in. Take a couple breaths. Knowing that when we allow that breath to slow down and soften, it helps the nervous system, it helps everything else soften. The fight or flight, which is stimulated by our rapid breathing, can begin to loosen up the grip a little bit. Is how my mind plays with this. And lets me soften, noticing the facial expressions. I'm still hanging on to this huge smile that I've had with our friends visiting. So let all of that, let the facial expressions release. Let it come down to your neck, maybe a little side to side with your neck, releasing any tension in that neck. Feel the shoulders get heavy and let the breath get a little bit deeper. Allowing ourselves to come into this moment. Welcome to Zenful Conversations. Thank you so much for coming by. We're here in this community every single day, and I appreciate your support. Thanks for being here for this message, for this practice, for this offering. The message that I think is very worthwhile this year. Let's say we're here every single day. We're in our 6th year, and this year is the Book of Awakening is the book that we are following. The Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. This New York Times bestseller is described as having the life you want by being present to the life you have. Brilliant. And the message we're offered for this day number 1897 is titled Being Shaped by Others. Being Shaped by Others. Can we just feel that for a moment? When those 4 words, being shaped by others, when those words come out of my mouth, how is that received? Just think about it for a minute. What does it mean? How does it resonate? Does it resonate? If it doesn't resonate, it's got to resonate. We're all shaped by others. Energy is transferable. Why it's so danged important for us to our environment. It's huge. There's a quote here offered to us by Chuang Tzu. The whole world could praise Sung Young Tzu, and it would not make him exert himself. The whole world could condemn him, and it wouldn't make him mope. He drew a clear line between the internal and the external. Woo! I'm breaking out in song. I like. These words were spoken by Chuang Tzu in the 4th century BCE. I read them 15 years ago and taped them to my closet so I could be reminded not to let the opinions of others shape me. Okay, hold on. I personally have to take a deep breath with this. So we're going to pause here, let that breath get a little bit deeper. And I'm going to go back. I'm going to read it again. Being shaped by others. The whole world could praise Sung Young Soo, and it would not make him exert himself. The whole world could condemn him, and it wouldn't make him mope. He drew a clear line between the internal and the external. These words spoken by Chuang Tzu in the 4th century BCE, I read them 15 years ago and taped them to my closet so I could be reminded not to let the opinions of others shape me. You know, the idea is not to take things personally, but I gotta say, it is really, for me, one of the more challenging things is to not take things personally and be affected by it. And rejection kind of comes in there a little bit, and comparison probably comes in there a little bit. And just the energy transfer of energy, empath, feeling like you feel their disappointment. You want to please, former people pleaser here. Maybe still some exists. So I could be reminded not to let the opinions of others shape me, because the opinions of others, finally, I realize, have nothing to do with me, because it's based on their perception, right? And our perceptions are based on whatever whacked out stuff we've been through in our lives. How I see it. My opinion of things, my perception of things is based on how I was raised, whatever relationships I had been in before affect my perception, and how I choose to see. That's what's cool, is we get to choose and we can change. And that's what's really awesome. And that's one of the reasons I'm here. One, to help me practice, to accomplish this person I'd like to be, and to share the good news, right? I could be reminded not to let the opinions of others shape me. I have changed a great deal since then. What I do, where I live, who I am. Many things have come and gone. The closet to which Chuang Tzu's words were taped is holding someone else's clothes. But the words are in my heart, though I still struggle not to be shaped by what others think. Take a breath with that. Take a breath. He still struggles. This is at once the clearest of spiritual intents, and yet the hardest to stay true to. How to stay open to what others feel and not to what they think. How to stay open to what others feel and not to what they think. We cannot live without being affected by others. But we are only real when we let truth and love shape us from within. Our want to be liked, our want to avoid conflict, our want to be understood, all these traits tease us away from taking the voice within seriously. Though the earth is touched by everything alive, it never stops turning around the fire at its center. And though we are touched by the stories of strangers and the far-off songs of birds lost in the wind, we find our way by following the Spirit's voice at our center. Too much is lost in waiting for someone else to tell us that what moves us is real. Take a few breaths. Let's release the jaw. Let's let that filter in without tensing anything up. Just soften everything again. We seem to tense up without even knowing it, so just soften again. A little bit deeper on the breath, a little slower, just slower. As you breathe, feel the earth beneath you holding you up as it slowly turns about its center. So let's be with that. Feel the earth beneath you holding you up as it slowly turns about its center. Breathe deeply and feel how you are like the earth. Inhale cleanly and feel the many things that you hold up. We might want to give another little bit of space for that. Feel the many things that you hold up. Breathe softly with it. Exhale cleanly and keep turning about your own center. Take a couple breaths. Slowly open your eyes. Can only hold them up if I stay centered. Wonderful. I'm so happy this is our book this year. I was not, I gotta say, I usually look for months on what book to follow each year with. And this book kept coming up. And I thought it was, oh my gosh, I'm like, this is gonna be too boring. But I think this message this year is absolutely profound, and I don't think we can even have anything better than a conversation about being present for our own lives. And I believe that with the situation and so much unrest that and a lot of things that we're having to deal with mentally and absorb just with the unrest. I think that this practice It's very beneficial and helpful for us. So thank you again for being here. Thanks for sharing in these messages. Thanks for your support so much. Please visit zenfulconversations.com. And I actually put a separate page up, I think, for that fundraiser, so I could put information to understand it and sign up, etc. In deep and honest gratitude, namaste. Namaste. See you tomorrow.